We're back inside the Royal Crown Academic School Gymnasium for Game 2 of this OSBA Game of the Week doubleheader. Taking the court in about a minute and 20 is the Royal Crown Senior Boys Lions taking on the C.O.D.E Academy Cougars. And we've got some roster announcements as C.O.D.E Academy are out 5 players: Liam Bandalian, Antoine Bowen, Kassim Savane, Lamar Murray, and Demba Diop, all out for this contest. Meanwhile, Royal Crown have a full roster. Again, another deep team for the Lions. J.J. Evison, Haley Hopkinson here with you on this Tuesday night. Royal Crown 10-0, lead the OSBA Men's East Division. C.O.D.E Academy 5-3, 8 games played. Looking to pick up their 6th win, but they're going to have their hands full here tonight, Haley.
They most definitely will, and already Royal Crown's a big team to play. It's already going to be a challenge no matter what, especially with their undefeated record. To then be shorthanded is possibly worst case scenario, but I mean, you never know. Sometimes it takes something like that when you start at a disadvantage to get somebody to not overperform, but perform harder than they need to be. And having that everyone needs to step up mentality to fill in for those gaps. And you know, this is an insanely strong roster with C.O.D.E Academy here. It's just going to be about playing smart and playing for the long game, not playing to for the show, the everything, just all the pizzazz. It just needs to be a strong game for them for all minutes. It's going to be a marathon for them, but it needs to happen.
When you look at the Lions squad and you talk about, the firing squad from there, you've got obviously the head of the snake is the OSBA MVP, Jacob McGregor.
Yeah, I mean, he is just an insanely talented player. It's his first year here with Royal Crown, and I mean, he has the experience that everybody wants, and he is one of the top guards in the class of 2026. He's ranked 6th on the on-point scouting report, or sorry, 7th. And the names above him are those names that you hear all the time, the Miles Sadler, the Jordan Charles, the Promise and Landu. So he is definitely talked about in a great group of people, and I mean, shutting him down would be the most ideal thing that C.O.D.E can do here, but of course Royal Crown's going to want to get him going as early as possible.
Starting 5 for the home team is Andy Hemau, obviously taking over for Justice Hazley at the point guard position for Mike DiGiorgio. Joining him is Maxandre Calixta, Jacob McGregor, Isaiah Headley-Smith getting the start here, and Caleb Jou rounding out the starting 5, playing the center position. Jou had some back injuries early in the season, which sidelined him from game to game. And the starting 5 for C.O.D.E Academy is going to be Momo Sinogo, Jabril Dembele, Kareem Perez, Ethan Aris, and Ludovic Bilodeau, one of the 2 Bilodeau twins playing on the C.O.D.E Academy roster from Quebec. So Royal Crown put their 10-0 OSBA record on the line against the visiting C.O.D.E Academy Cougars. Jump ball underway in a matter of seconds, and McGregor has it off the opening tip from Jou. Now, a lot of the offense runs through Andy Hemau here. Headley-Smith didn't catch that pass cleanly. He continues to work to the left under the basket. Tough take. Loose ball falls to the hands of Sinogo. Now, Ethan Aris has a flurry of moves in his bag as well. He can get it done one-on-one or in the zone defense, finding teammates wide open. Bilodeau takes the handoff, keeps it moving around the perimeter. Sinogo. Dembele attacks, floating, no good. Sinogo, second chance, no good, but he will go to the charity stripe for 2. As Hemau picks up, or Calixta rather, picks up the first foul of the game.
Well, a really explosive start for both teams here, and loving the extra effort there from Sinogo to really grab that rebound and put his body on the line for the potential second chance opportunity.
Sinogo opens the scoring. The second no good, Jou with the rebound. Hemau picked up by Aris. Jou comes to go screen. Headley-Smith thought about the catch and shoot. Continues downhill through contact. That's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Kareem Perez. And will stay with the Lions.
No middle, KJ. Momo, stay there. Stay there. Don't move, Momo. Don't move, Momo.
McGregor with the catch. 2 dribbles to the left, leaves it short. Perez with the rebound. Perez tries to shake Headley-Smith. Headley-Smith gets fingertips on it. Sinogo tracing back. Headley-Smith too strong. Perez quickly to Aris. 3-on-3 in the half court. Aris from the free throw line, no good. Loose ball knocked back towards the timeline. Aris has it. All sorts of daylight on the perimeter, bottom. 4-0 game here in the first minute and a half for C.O.D.E Cougars ahead. Hemau working with Jou. Under the screen goes Aris, so Hemau lets it fly, misses. Aris almost had his pocket picked, loses the handle. Bilodeau working top side. Headley-Smith goes for the steal. Sinogo, rebound. That's Jabril Dembele with the rebound and the putback, rather. Calixta takes the handoff. Working on Dembele. Calixta off glass, no. Odd man rush. Momo Sinogo going up strong, throwing it down. Calixta picks up the second foul of the game. And quickly, the Cougars are ahead 6-0.
C.O.D.E Academy came out definitely swinging here, and it looks like just everything here kind of going on with Royal Crown to start off is everything's just a little bit too strong, a little too hot, maybe getting a little too ahead of themselves. So really strong start for C.O.D.E, and I think that's exactly how they wanted to come out, and whatever they planned for must have gone successfully, and what a powerhouse dunk that was.
Quick timeout call for Mike DiGiorgio. Going to talk things over. His team stuck 8. Just over 2 minutes gone in the first quarter here in the OSBA game of the night from the men's division.
I think someone for Royal Crown who started off putting out a ton of effort early is Isaiah Headley-Smith. We saw him jumping for those 50-50 balls, doing what he can to try to disrupt everything on C.O.D.E Academy's offense here. So I think he's definitely going to be a real game changer in this one, and will look to hopefully help get his team on the board here.
I mean, he's been a player of the game here before, and in this gymnasium I had the chance to talk to him, and he knows the importance of the depth of this squad, and you know, DiGiorgio is going to give this starting 5 another chance to correct things, and he'll leave Calixta on the court with 2 fouls, which is a gamble in and of itself, but not too sure how far that leash will go.
Right.
So it's a single shot from the charity stripe for Sinogo. Back iron, Zhu with the rebound. Hemau with the handoff to Headley-Smith. Zhu takes it, flurry of action to Hemau. Calixta, hands off. No, he doesn't, he keeps. First foul against C.O.D.E is going to go against Dembele.
Momo, get your ass right there. Don't move.
Baseline inbound. Hemau to trigger quickly. Gets it right back. Top side. Turns the corner. Wide open lane. Gets inside. Lays it. Doesn't go. Again, that rim was difficult in the women's game earlier to get going down, and it seems to be a problem here in the men's game. Calixta, catch and shoot. Front iron, no. A pair of burgundy jerseys fighting for the rebound, and Ethan Harris has it out and on the run. Harris, pull up 3. Leaves it short. Calixta above everybody. Quickly to Headley-Smith. 1-2 stepping through contact. Lay it in. Headley-Smith opens the scoring for the Lions.
And I think that is super fitting for them right there. I mean, you said it so right. The girls had a problem with that net at the very beginning as well, too. But they settled in, and I'm sure we're going to see the Lions settle in, too. And I think Headley-Smith is going to lead that charge.
Harris, topside screen. Stutter step into the lane, into the body of Zhu. Stays vertical. And that's going to go to the Lions. Headley-Smith, McGregor from the free throw line. Bang. Harris tries to put Hemau on his hip. Gets to the inside, tries to lay it in. Caleb Zhu says, not on my watch. They'll settle it down with Hemau. 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. To the corner, catch and shoot, back iron. Calixta, second chance opportunity for Headley-Smith. Knocked loose, foul on the play. It's a shooting foul. And that's gonna go against Dembele, his second.
Ref, how's it shooting? How's it shooting? How's it shooting? How's it shooting? How's it shooting, Charles? Come on, man. Help him out.
Red wants a timeout.
How is that shooting? Timeout, Red. I will talk to him.
Timeout on the floor. It's a 4-point game. 4:10 gone in the first quarter. From your perspective, was that a shooting foul?
Now I'm all second guessing. I don't know. What do you think?
I think he was just going through the lane. I think after the ball got knocked out of his hands went up. And I don't know. Either way, 2 free throws upcoming for Isaiah Headley-Smith. I've never seen an instance where an official makes a call and then changes their mind after the conversation with the head coach.
Imagine sports like that. That'd be crazy.
No, don't imagine that. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, no. But, I mean, Royal Crown, some good, strong couple sequences right there, I think. Started off a little shaky. It happens to the best of them. But C.O.D.E coming out swinging in this one early. But, yeah, some fouls going around, not ideal for them, but staying disciplined. We know, again, it was the same situation as the girls' game before where their opponent is going against a shorter bench. So it's really about discipline for C.O.D.E, and it's about just doing what you can with the guys out there and trying not to kind of use every single resource too early in the game.
Kimani Walters into the game for Andy Hemau.
Kimani Walters and Isaiah Headley-Smith are often referred to as a star dynamic duo together, so excited to see what the two of them are going to do on the court right now together.
And since Jabril Dembele picked up his second foul, we get to look at Axel Jobin wearing number 4 in burgundy as Isaiah Headley-Smith misses the first of 2. The second will fall. Here's Jobin with the ball. Luke Boris into the game as well. Here he is picking up Jobin. Isaiah Headley-Smith with the steal and the throwdown.
Oh, that was crazy.
Ball back in the hands of Ethan Harris. Whips it to the corner. Kareem Perez, top side. Sonogo, that is way off. And Headley-Smith collects the loose ball. Boris going to settle it down. Here is Walters. Boris looking for an entry pass. McGregor coming off a pair of screens. Gets it on the far side. Picked up by Bilodeau. McGregor pulls it back out. 7 on the shot clock. McGregor spins. Step back. Good defense. Shuffles that foot. Gets away with it. Lets the shot go. Harris with the rebound. Quickly into the front court. Picked up by Walters. Walters makes it difficult for Harris to get downhill. And they'll reset at the top with Jobin. 15 on the shot clock. Jobin works to the right, through some contact off the side of the backboard. Kimani Walters pushing the pace, middle of the floor, loses the handle. Headley-Smith closed out by Jobin. Headley-Smith through contact, and he's going back to the free throw line. First foul against Axel Jobin.
Time's going, guys.
4:21 on the clock, 24 on the shot clock, 1 point game.
Hello, Charles? Same thing, no? Listen, yo. And make a pass. Not for 2, make a pass. All right?
The first falls for Headley-Smith. 4th free throw of the game here in the first 5.5 minutes. The second swirls around and out. Here's Perez. Odd man rush. Perez keeps, dumps it off. And there's a foul. Kimani Walters coming back to get hands on Sonogo. Here's Donovan Bilodeau substituting out Ludovic. And in comes Gore Malala as Headley-Smith gets a breath on the bench. Sonogo back iron on the first.
So racking up lots of fouls here for both sides. But it's going to cost C.O.D.E more in the end than it will Royal Crown.
The second off the front of the iron and through. Boris quickly. Malala squares up. Bottom. Off the bench on the scoreboard, Malala with 3. Harris sending bodies through, clearing up the side. Gets the step up and under, and that is pretty. He knew Caleb Zhu was going to slide over to help and had the speed to get up and under the basket as Kimani Walters carves through a flurry of bodies and gets one to go. The fourth Lion to get on the scoreboard here. It's 13-11. Royal Crown ahead, 3.5 to go in the first quarter. And the Cougars are happy just to manage the clock here early in the game. Bilodeau back to Eris, thought about it, decides to do it, leaves it short, and Walters collects the loose ball. Boris quickly into the corner. Another one, front iron. Zhu above the crowd, goes up strong, and there's a foul on the play there. So Caleb Zhu is going to go to the line for two as Axel Jobin picks up his second foul. So two Cougars playing with 2 fouls while Dembele on the bench currently. Jobin still on the floor.
Right. Well, Caleb Zhu making a really smart choice in that key scenario right there. He had the C.O.D.E players in front of him who he knew would draw contact, and if he didn't feel that was the case, he had 2 other massive Royal Crown players right beside him, so it's a smart move there to get to the line.
Zhu bottoms the first. He becomes the 5th Lion to reach the score sheet. The second falls as well. And we get our first look at Doran Turanoglu as he comes over from Polaris Prep to play for Mike DeGiorgio's Lions squad, wearing number 23. Jobin trying to shake Kimani Walters. Gets it over the timeline, dumps it off inside. Sanogo back outside. Eris gets inside, scoop, dump off. Sanogo finishes. Kimani Walters working on the far side. Turanoglu. It's Malala. McGregor pushed back. Walters. Here's McGregor from the wing. Drops it in. Perez goes for the step back 3. Got contacted from behind. Ethan Eris now gives it up to Jobin. 5 out offense. Sanogo coming to set the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Jobin to the left, looking for Sanogo. Has the mismatch. Goes up strong. Doesn't get the roll. McGregor with the rebound. He's got Boris to his right. McGregor navigates the double, gets it to Walters. Walters tries to create space. Nothing's there. Behind the back. So creative. What a finish.
Wow, what a finish right there. The handles in that were amazing. You thought maybe it'd be a dish off right there, but no.
The Lions, once stuck 8-0, now have a 7-point lead, 1.5 to go. Kareem Perez from the middle, deep.
He is specifically a player on this C.O.D.E team who you cannot give too much space to because he'll pull that really quick, and I mean, you saw what just happened.
I blinked and he was in the air, so. Walters going for the response, no. Loose ball, Perez. Oh, correction, Jobin. Traipsing down the middle of the floor. Back out. Extra pass, nobody's on Bilodeau. He dials it up. That's off the front of the iron into the hands of Turanoglu. And a travel, turning it over. 51 seconds to go in the first quarter. Kareem Perez to trigger for C.O.D.E. 14 on the shot clock. 4-point game. Eris accepts the inbound pass, clears up the side. Sanogo dives, has position, uses that frame to kick it. Bilodeau, catch and shoot, back iron. Walters, it's a 1-on-2. Walters, oh wow, just missed and unable to keep it alive was Malala. How about that hard dribble over the top move?
Yeah, no, it's tough bounce on that one for it there, but that one has been successful for him so far, and I mean, that's going to be really dangerous, and it's going to be about how can C.O.D.E manage that.
Marasovic checks into the game, sending Luke Boris to the line. Ivan Marasovic, wearing number 20 in white. Here's Ethan Harris, looking to get his Cougar team cutting into that 4-point lead for the Lions. Catch and shoot, drops it in. Ethan Harris, 8 points in the opening quarter with a pair of threes. Lions can hold for the last shot. Walters works from right to left. Between the legs, kicks it out. Turanoglu finds the bottom. And after 10 minutes played, the home team Lions ahead 23-19 in a back and forth first quarter. We'll step aside for the quarter break and bring you the second quarter action. You're watching the OSBA Game of the Week between the Royal Crown Lions and C.O.D.E Cougars here from the Royal Crown Academic School. Don't go anywhere.
We built this for Canadian Hoops fans. From rising youth talent to Team Canada stars, follow it all in one spot. Talk hoops, share takes, earn points, and unlock exclusive rewards all in one place. Score a trip to watch your favorite Canada basketball athlete, sign gear, exclusive merch, and VIP moments with your favorite players. From every province, for every player. This is for us. It's easier if we just show you.
All right, starting the quarter for the Lions, Max Kaliksta, Ivan Marasovic, Andy Hemau, Doron Turanoglu, and Cordell Diaz getting a run here at the start of the second quarter. C.O.D.E Cougar ball stuck 4. 10 minutes to play until the half. J.J. Evison, Haley Hopkinson here with you on this Tuesday, January 13th evening. Walking into a three, Ethan Harris. That's how you start a quarter. A triple of threes, a trio of threes rather, for Ethan Harris here in the game. He's got 4 field goals, 3 of them from behind the arc. Turanoglu, back iron, chases down the rebound, gets inside, floater mid-range, that falls.
Perfect way to follow it up right there.
Jobin, picked up by Kaliksta. Sonogo comes up, accepts the pass. Now, looking for Donovan Bilodeau, and that's a travel. As Andy Hemau takes a fist to the jaw on the follow-through. And Ludovic Bilodeau is going to come back in for Donovan. Max Kaliksta is going to have to come out of the game with blood on his jersey. So Marasovic comes back. Caleb Zhu, rather, comes back into the game. A lot of pressure here from the Cougars. Here's Marasovic, kicks it to the corner. Turanoglu off the front iron. Kareem Perez pushes the pace. Double team, kicks it off. Harris dials it up, front iron. And Andy Hemau above the crowd to get it. Marasovic couldn't corral the pass. Coach Mike DiGiorgio likes that idea, just the connection needs to be a little crisper.
Vision was there. A little more on the execution next time. That would have been a great pass.
Cordell Diaz with the strip, knocking it off of Harris's knee and out of bounds, and that's the type of play Cordell Diaz brings to this squad.
He brings that defensive intensity and just going that extra mile that maybe not everybody else is totally concerned with. You can tell he's a big player into the little details that really go an extra mile.
14 on the shot clock, 8:45 until the half. Lions ball, and the Cougars are trying to do everything they can to get the ball, or to keep the ball from getting into Hemau's hands. Zhu has it, squares up, and drops it in. Perez comes back to get the inbound pass, working on Marasovic. Has the screen from Sanogo, gets around it. Another topside three. Sanogo above the crowd, but the ball finds Hemau. Incidental contact, turned over. Perez, Sanogo, one behind him. And that's a foul on the backside by Marasovic. A little chaotic basketball there.
Yeah.
Headley Smith going to check back into the game for Doron Turanoglu, who had good first minutes here for Mike DiGiorgio's squad. 5 points, good offensive rebound.
Definitely some second chance opportunities for him, a big three, so definitely impressive start.
Axel Jobin back into the game, playing with 2 fouls, as is Jibril Dembele. That inbound pass, knocked loose. Diaz down the middle of the floor, wanted Headley Smith in the corner. Headley Smith was headed to the basket. Harris loses the handle again. Diaz strips him for the second time. Headley Smith, 2 throwdowns in the game so far. From the corner, Sanogo overcooks it. Zhu to Hemau. Hemau, Euro step, kick to the corner. Headley Smith feed the hot hand. That's just off the mark. Zhu finds the diving Diaz. He lays it in off the fingertips. Timeout, C.O.D.E Academy Cougars.
Diaz making some massive plays right there. His second huge defensive play right there, and taking it out of Ethan Ayers' hands especially.
Hard thing to do.
It's really hard, and that's what you want to do because you know he's going to come up with a big shot. So that, and then a perfect little lane he found there to drive to the net. I mean, a great start for him and C.O.D.E. I mean, especially after the way they started that first one, didn't look too great. It wasn't about not putting that many points on the board. It was just about the fact that their defense was also not the best, and they were letting C.O.D.E put those points up as well. But no, they've done a great job here, and I think it's just about staying calm here for C.O.D.E. Very chaotic game so far, but it's just there's so much energy on this entire floor that it can definitely get hectic. But, I mean, staying away from any turnovers is really going to be the key.
The Cougars had a quick 8-0 lead to start the game and have since put up 14 points over the next quarter and 2.5 minutes. Still plenty of action to come. This one feels a little bit like a boxing match. Punch, jab, uppercut, waiting for that knockout punch that you usually see from the Lions as they stretch out their lead. But right now, it's just 9 points.
Yeah. It's great. Like, I mean, it's a game of runs, right? And both of these teams are so powerful that it can happen in a matter of seconds, and all of a sudden a team has jumped up 6 points. So who's going to be the first one to do that? That's what we're waiting to see. But, I mean, this is a phenomenal matchup already.
No more timeouts here, right? All right.
The Cougars are out of timeouts until the second half. Harris on the baseline to trigger the inbound as we wait for Kareem Perez to tuck it in.
Don't leave it. Don't leave it.
They'll swing it to the far side. Jobin, kick ball.
Another example of disrupting the play. It didn't end in that, but you know what? Let everyone get set. Dembele
comes up and gives it right back to Jobin. Jobin around the first line of defenders. Dembele lays it high off the glass and gets it to go over top of Zhu. Jabril Dembele, 4 points in the opening half so far and counting. Some zone defense here for the Cougars. Shuffling of the feet. Ivan Marasovic turns it over.
Travel. Let's go. Catch up.
Harris picked up by Diaz. Dancing near the timeline, moves to his left, now gets the switch on Marasovic. Shoulder into the body, dump off. Hemau has the loose ball. Diaz fakes the pass to the corner, follows that up with a shot. Zhu with the rebound, knocked to Aris. Hemau has it. Into the paint, into the corner. Marasovic, one dribble to the left. Bottom.
Perfect no-look pass to send it to him, and he took his time.
Aris puts Diaz on his hip. And now Diaz picks up the foul. 10-point game, 6:15 to go until the half. Getting the shot clock reset to 15 seconds here.
Just hold it every dead ball. Just hold it and wait. See if we want you to reset. Because I think it's harder than it is.
Aris the trigger on the baseline. Quickly in and up. Doesn't go in. Second chance opportunity, no. Third chance gets swatted away. Dembele gonna go up with it. That doesn't go. Loose ball. Zhu above the crowd gets it to Hemau. 4-on-3. Lions pouncing. And Hemau couldn't put enough spin on that to get it to go. Jobin had his lane taken away. Perez, catch and shoot, lets a defender blow by. Bang! Kareem Perez has a pair of threes. Just the awareness to know where Headley Smith was coming from.
Yeah.
Hemau inside. Marasovic to the corner. Headley Smith going to reset at the top. Inside, Zhu has the position, gets up, no good. And Sanogo snatches that rebound. Aris quickly, stutter step. That's a lot of contact, and they call it shooting foul. That's going to be Marasovic's second, sending Ethan Aris to the line.
That's 2.
11 points so far in the game for Aris. He leaves the first short. Aris 0 for 2 as Max Calixta gets back on the court and gets that rebound. Jacob McGregor now playing the one for the Lions. McGregor over the screen by Zhu. Perez does a good job to keep him there. Headley Smith. Calixta down on the block, almost loses it. McGregor gets to the baseline, floats it, no good. Headley Smith, second chance, doesn't go. Third chance, that'll count. Perez, far side, lots of time. Gets inside, thought about dumbing it off, floats it over top, and that falls.
He's going to be tricky to guard all game here for Royal Crown because really anywhere on the floor, he can pull up and shoot and he needs a blink of an eye.
Diaz inside, contact over top. Sonogo picks up his first on the claw down. Diaz leaves the first short.
Shoot it higher, brother. Let's go, Deli.
Eight-point game as Cordell Diaz sinks the second of two. Kimani Walters back in, Diaz to the bench. Good defensive minutes for Diaz for head coach Mike DiGiorgio as we get Ludovic Bilodeau back into the game. Jabril Dembele to the bench. So size advantage going to the Lions. Jobin as McGregor gets caught pulling on the shorts of Jobin as he got him on his hip. Perez to trigger the inbound. Sonogo stuck in a tough spot. Ball finds Harris. He's working on Headley Smith. Sonogo wants it on Zhu. He gets pushed a little bit further from the rack. Squares up, turns around, drops it in. Momo Sonogo can get it done from the mid-range.
Sure, that was a great move right there. He saw the space and he took a shot.
Here's Max Calixto working, hands it off. Headley Smith squares up, off the front of the iron, into the hands of Harris. It's an odd man rush here as Headley Smith is late to get back into the play. Again, Sonogo inside that painted area. Perez loses the handle, recollects it, 14 on the shot clock. Perez steps around the defender, shot doesn't go. Here's Kimani Walters running into a body, keeps the dribble alive. Over top, Zhu, no one there. And count the basket. Foul's gonna go on Jobin, his third.
Those are the fouls that aren't gonna be too kind to C.O.D.E when their bench does start to get a little fatigued and a little shorter right there. I mean, Zhu has that kind of height advantage right there, pretty clear and simple. And I mean, he's a super powerful guy. He's not going to go for that little layup right there. So
Luke Boris into the game. Isaiah Headley Smith will catch a breather. 3:20 to go. 8-point game. Caleb Zhu at the line for the and one. Again, that rim very stiff. Not friendly to the shooters who can't get it right through the cylinder. Harris waiting for some movement. Gives it up to Sonogo. Here's Bilodeau. Hands it off to Perez, working to the right-hand side. Perez between the legs, trying to shake Walters. Gets there, throws it up, and that's going to be a foul against Calixto for the reach-in. Correction, that's going to be on Walters for the contact, and that's the 15th foul here in the second quarter against the Lions. So the Cougars shooting free throws from here on out. Just under 3 minutes to play until the half.
yeah, and with this game just being so insanely fast-paced, that is not a great position to be in at all because we know how many possessions and how many attempts that they can get from the line from just 2 minutes and 55 seconds.
So Ethan Harris has been doing a lot of the heavy lifting here for C.O.D.E. 3, 6, 9, 11 points still. Sonogo's got 8 of his own. Meanwhile, Isaiah Headley Smith leads the scores for Royal Crown with 10.
Yeah, I mean, he's been all over the floor, running everywhere, just putting in that extra mile. So definitely a massive performance early from him in this one. Sure, he'll continue. And then, yeah, a lot of really standout performances early in this one. I think also KJ Perez with C.O.D.E. has been doing a really great job. And I think already in this game, he's established himself as someone who you can't give space to. And even if that takes away a couple of his looks, it takes the heat off of someone like Ethan Aris to get that ball in his hand a little bit more.
Okay, thank you. Yo, every time they flop, it's not a foul. That's a flop. That shot ended up on the bench.
Kareem Perez walks to the line for a look at 2.
Not every call so far. Ethan's flopped 5 times. My KJ shot the ball and ended up on the bench. Hey guys, let's go to our coaching bench right now. Thank you. This is a good place for you. So why'd you come to me? It's not for me, man. This is a good place.
Jovel Miles and Mike DiGiorgio have a good history, obviously going back and forth here. Friendly as it may seem, the officials still have to keep them in line.
No, we're home. We're not getting no warning. We're home. How about that?
Perez sinks the
We're
first.
not getting no warning. We're home. You're here. You know where you're at. Don't let me start now. We're here. I'll move after that.
2-for-2 trip for Perez. 6-point game. McGregor and Walters playing give and go. Turnover. And turned right back over. Calixta trying to get to the rack. Boris is there. Boris finishes with the finger roll. 9 Lions have scored now. Just scoring by committee is the MO. Nice move by Sinogo. Couldn't corral it. Odd man rush if the Lions want it. Walters finds Calixta, and Calixta throws it down. Make that 10 scores now for the Lions. 10-point game.
Well, you know he wanted some of the action. He was taken out because he had some blood on his jersey. It took a little, probably longer than he liked, so I bet he's happy to get that one.
Perez trying to sneak. Ooh, tried to kick it to the corner. Ludovic Bilodeau had just vacated the area when his defender went to double team. They teach you, dive to the basket. And that's exactly what he did. No, the officials come together. Say it went off a fingertip of a Lions player, so it's going to stay with the Cougars. Doron Turanoglu back into the game. Caleb Zhu to the bench. Perez on the sideline to trigger. Aris accepts. Working one-on-one against Calixta. 3 on the shot clock. Aris gets inside, high off glass, no good. Second chance, that doesn't go. And another rim that is just not friendly here. It's Calixta inside out, behind the back, into the body, up, and on the ground hard. Foul's on Donovan Bilodeau, and it's a 2-shot foul. Calixta to the line.
Make a layup. That's 3 straight layups, guys. Can't get these points. Ethan, go help rebound, my brother.
Calixta off the right of the iron. Trying to extend this lead to 11 as Isaiah Headley-Smith comes to the scorer's table to check in. The second is good. Calixta to the bench, Headley-Smith in. 1:37 until the half. 11-point game. Royal Crown ahead of C.O.D.E Academy. Ludovic Bilodeau hands it off to Perez. Now Harris, picked up by Headley Smith right at the timeline. Harris takes the bump, gets inside, elongates those strides. Donovan Bilodeau gets up and throws it down.
We're seeing the pressure with these presses really heat up a lot.
McGregor attacks baseline, slivers through a tight space. Headley Smith attacks, and he's going to go to the free throw line. Momo Sonogo picks up his second foul. So Sonogo's got 2, Dembele's got 2, and Jobin's got 3. And that's the dangers of playing shorthanded.
Yeah.
5 players again out for C.O.D.E Academy. No Liam Bandalian, no Antoine Bowen, Gassim Savane, Lamar Murray, Demba Diop. The list goes on and on.
Double, double, double. Yo, go help rebound.
Second falls. Kimani Walters out. Andy Hemau into the game.
Go to the corner, double. Double. Hey, Ludo.
Under a minute to go until the half. Ethan Harris picked up by Hemau as the Cougars trail by 11. Ludovic Bilodeau right down the heart of the defense to the rack.
That was too easy for him right there.
Hemau the other way. Picks up the pace to the corner. Extra pass. McGregor alone on the top side. Back to the corner. Elevating. Turanoglu too strong. Ethan Harris again. Just right down the heart of the defense. There is a gaping hole. Headley Smith the other way. He gets stripped and he hits the ground hard. Sonogo and Headley Smith colliding in midair. And Headley Smith grabbing that right arm. We're going to step aside for a quick break. Never mind, we are going to continue with the action here.
Go! Go!
And 16 seconds until the half. Luke Boris accepts. Andy Hemau gets it right back. Hemau to the left. Harris does a good job staying with him. Hemau shakes, fades, no good. 4 on the shot clock. Harris has to throw it up. Does. Gets it to go, and it's a 3. At the expiration of the half, a heave of a 3 through 2 defenders. Gets to go. Ethan Harris, count it, his 4th 3 of the opening half.
That was a ridiculous last 30 seconds of this game. Headley Smith going down so hard right there. And to end like that, following 2 possessions that C.O.D.E had where the middle of the court was wide open for them.
Correction, they're going to call it a 2 on the floor. So Ethan Harris, 3 threes and 3 twos in the opening half to lead all scorers in the game as Royal Crown have a 46-41 lead at the half. We'll step aside and we'll be back with third quarter action here. You're watching the OSBA Game of the Week live on OSBA TV on YouTube.
Wet Grip Microfiber wicks away sweat to maintain superior handles. Spalming Shooter Seam is designed for instant ball recognition. Rotationally balanced butyl bladder provides ultimate air. Official high school game ball of over 20 stated options. Built for hardwood hooping.
What was a double-digit lead was cut to 5 at the end of the second quarter due to C.O.D.E Academy's 2 line drives right down the middle of the defense for Royal Crown, and their coaching staff not impressed with that type of defense.
No, I mean, you play some fantastic defense in that first half, and then that's how you end it. It's you never want to leave on that kind of note, especially with tensions are high in this gym, physicality is out. Everyone is really wanting to get into this game right now, but, I mean, those 2 errors right there, that's a big difference right there. So I think that's definitely the biggest key to the game for Royal Crown, is that regardless of what's going on the court, you can't lose the fundamentals of what they stand for and what they want to do, which is protect the basket, protect the rim, protect everything around it. And especially, you can't be letting some of the shorter players on C.O.D.E come in and take advantage of the paint like that. You really can't.
Ethan Harris leads all scorers in the game with 15 for C.O.D.E Academy. Meanwhile, Isaiah Headley-Smith took that hard fall. He got back up, and he is going to start the second half here. He's got 11 points to lead the Lions. 5-point game, Lions ahead with 20 minutes left to play. J.J. Evison, Haley Hopkinson here with you for the second half of the second game of the OSBA Game of the Week. The Royal Crown Lions senior girls team won earlier over the Redmond squad. Can the senior boys team make it 2 here on a Tuesday night? Andy Hemau to trigger the inbound. On the court for the Lions, Max Calixta, Caleb Zhu, Isaiah Headley-Smith as Zhu makes a quick move. Headley-Smith, jab step, attacks, goes up. That's blocked at the top by Sinogo. Loose ball on the ground. Picked up by Dembele, and he gives it away. Hemau with a finger roll from about 5 feet.
Yeah, that was so quick, and I mean, you can tell right off the bat from right there, Royal Crown is not going to be backing off of defensive pressures at all. So you got to be aware of where they are just as much as your own teammates.
Here's Eris, picked up by Calixta. Perez tries to shake Hemau. Now gets the switch. 3 on the shot clock. A half-court heave. That is short, well short. And that is going to be a shot clock violation. And a timeout already early in the third quarter for the Cougars. That is just the offensive possession coaching staff didn't want to see after a turnover in the defensive end with possession.
And that's exactly what Royal Crown ended with. They don't want to start with that. They don't want to carry that into this second half right here. But, I mean, we know that Royal Crown has a really heavy press when they put it on. And if that last play was an indicator that that's coming out right now. So it's just about court awareness and making sure that not only is the inbounder aware of everybody around them, but who are you passing it to? Who can come behind you and pick your pocket? Because we know that on both sides that's going to happen.
Believe it or not, that steal that led to the 2-point floater for Andy Hema, those were his first points of the game.
Oh, wow. Like, he's had such a massive impact in this game already, even without scoring. That's the thing. I feel like everybody on the court is doing that because it can't just be a one-on-one in this game. There's no room for that at all. So a massive team effort here, and good to see some more points go up for other players.
Headley Smith to trigger the inbound for the Lions. Turns it over, and after a timeout, that's not the kind of possession you want for the Lions. Ethan Ayres from the free throw line drops it in the bucket.
That is possibly the worst case scenario for what to happen after a timeout. I don't know if that was a miscommunication.
Well, McGregor was just trying to turn the corner with his head down, and Headley Smith thought he was coming back to accept it. Not the case. Hemau dumps it off to Zhu. He doesn't get it to go. Ball knocked loose. Hemau from 3, front iron. Dembele with the rebound. Ayres going to settle it down. Ethan Ayres gets inside, left hand, no good. Above everybody, Dembele, and Ayres is slow to get to his feet. Hemau, dump off. Zhu, blocked at the top, and that looked like a clean block, but Sonogo is going to get called for the foul. So Ayres picks up the technical foul after Sonogo picked up the personal foul. So it'll be 1 technical free throw and then 2. So Zhu's going to shoot the 2, but who's going to shoot the tech? So McGregor steps to the line, the OSBA MVP from formerly of Bill Crothers, sinks that. Now Caleb Zhu will step in for 2.
Another player, he went down really hard right there, but came up pretty quickly after that.
And Zhu makes the first. The second as well. It's a 6-point lead for the Lions. Perez quickly into the front court. Stutter steps, kicks it out. Ayres dials it up, leaves it short. Not a great shot.
You know, that's the second long three. I think the first one was shot clock, but
Hemau dumps it off to Zhu down low, comes to get it back. Zhu keeps, squares up, and drains the 16-footer.
oh, that's what makes him such a dangerous player. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of centers, you can leave them alone for a second or two, but he's got a great shot from pretty much anywhere on this floor, so you can't give him too much space.
Ayres now working towards the basket, pulls it back out. Ludovic Bilodeau to Perez. Perez, top side 3, front iron. Unable to be saved by Zhu. Bilodeau again from the mid-range, that falls. 53-47, just under 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Hemau quietly over the timeline, dumps it off to Zhu. Same play from the other side now as McGregor gets to the elbow, dumps it back to Zhu, and Zhu, through contact, can't connect. Ayres has it. Perez, shimmy shake, gets some separation, but Hemau with the block. Here's Calixta, quickly to the front court. Isaiah Headley Smith, inside out dribble. Hemau in the corner, McGregor from the wing, front iron, loose ball. Here's Ayres with one tracking back. Ayres up, count the basket and the foul. Calixta gonna earn his third foul as Ethan Harris gets the opportunity for an old-fashioned three-point play.
Well, Ethan Harris fully acknowledged the challenge that was right in front of him and still decided to go at it, and it fully paid off right there.
Harris now up to 20 points in the game. Cougars stuck 3. A lot of the offense running through Caleb Zhu on the perimeter as Headley Smith drops one in from distance and gives the crowd a little shush. His first points of the second half, he's up to 14. Perez gets the step, floater, good.
Perez doing a good job of still making an impact after a really good first quarter from him.
Oh boy. All right, this is the type of basketball I want to see.
Yeah.
Warning on the Royal Crown Lions bench for taunting the stands. As we get Hemau gets a break, Calixta gets a break, Luke Boris and Kimani Walters back on the court. Just over 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. 59-52. Lions ahead of the Cougars. Dembele comes back to get it. Perez. Sanogo working down on the block. He comes up to set the screen. There he is on the dive. Up strong. Zhu with the block. Well-timed jump to meet Sanogo at the summit by Caleb Zhu. Denies him an easy 2 points. Ludovic Bilodeau. Elevator screen gets Perez open, and they're going to say he was out of bounds.
He was up! He was up! He was up!
Oh, Perez trying to get his three ball going again in the second half. He was almost there, but just a little bit of the heel on the outline.
A grazing of the paint is all that's required.
Yep.
McGregor takes the pass, and he'll play the one position. Works to his left, steps into a three, front iron, Sanogo with the rebound. Here's Perez again, picked up by Walters. Walters wants him one-on-one. They're gonna send it down to Sanogo on the block, working on Boris. Oh, what an underhand pass to Dembele, who drops it in the bucket.
That was a perfect find right there, and that's the court awareness that C.O.D.E needs to keep up with in the second half.
Kimani Walters directing traffic now. Works to his right, gets to the elbow, elevates, nothing's there. He kicks it back out. McGregor on the dive, no good. Dembele quickly ahead. Ethan Harris right into the body of Walters, and Walters coming down on the arm of Harris. Walters' second of the game. Harris will go back to the free throw line where he's 1 of 3.
Standing up again. What's happening?
Harris sinks the first. Halfway through the third quarter, and Harris misses the second. It's a 4-point game. Walters with the ball in his hands, directing traffic for Royal Crown. Here comes Zhu. Walter, stutter step, kicks it back out. McGregor, top side, working on Jobin, dumps it off. Zhu floats it, no good. Loose ball, Dembele and Zhu fighting for it. They're going to call jump ball, and that's going to go to C.O.D.E Academy. Sanogo's on the ground. He took a hard spill. Officials coming together to discuss whether or not the C.O.D.E Academy Cougars need to sub. So the player was off the court at the time of the stoppage.
Right. Lots of chaos going on. And I mean, for C.O.D.E Academy, everything really counts because you never, again, they're working with a shorter bench. You don't want to have to make a sub if you truly don't need to. But I think what Royal Crown was asking for Sanogo to come off the court.
Well, they were just asking for the rules to be implemented. Yeah. So Sanogo off the court, right back to the scores table for the next opportunity. Here's Perez working on McGregor. Keeps the dribble alive. Dembele sets the screen. Perez, deep three, back iron, gets his own rebound, kicks it to the corner. Ludovic Bilodeau, bottom. Scratch that, it's Donovan Bilodeau. Couldn't decipher the three from the 6 on the jersey.
That's a really quick pull-up shot right there. He had nearly no time to get his feet set.
Walters with the dump off to Zhu. Zhu keeps it low, turns around, saved by Aris. Aris puts Headley Smith on his hip, gets inside, dumps it off. Dembele off glass. C.O.D.E Academy have the lead.
Co's doing a great job of finding Dembele right around the net right there, numerous times.
Walters now works over the screen, elevates, too strong. Aris with another rebound. Perez from distance, in and out of nowhere comes Jobin to get the rebound. Aris picked up by Headley Smith. Here comes Dembele. Aris from distance, and he's been short a lot this game.
Yeah, something's off with the shot.
Got a trio of Royal Crown players here at the scores table ready to check in. Headley Smith gets around the primary defender from the free throw line. That's good.
Super easy.
Jobin gonna control it on the far side. Under 3 to go in the third quarter. Dembele squares up and hands it off. Here's Aris wide open. Has a teammate on the far side. Aris keeps the dribble alive. Dembele, catch it high, keep it high, throw it off the glass. Jabril Dembele has 8 points in the third quarter. Zhu hands it right back to Headley Smith inside. And Jabril Dembele was straight up, but then reached just over the top, creating enough contact to send Isaiah Headley Smith to the free throw line. Headley Smith knocks down the first. The second will fall as well, and the Lions take the lead back. Jobin pulls Boris out. They want Sunogo inside. Jobin spins. Oh, shakes Boris. Oh, buddy. Count the basket and the foul. That is going to make somebody's highlight reel tonight.
I think you can guarantee that.
Glor Malala checks in. Headley Smith to the bench.
It's the pace of this game that's just really insane. You have no second to hesitate, especially once you're within the three-point line. You get less than 1 second to think about what you're going to do. So big props, because especially C.O.D.E right now, between the passes they're getting and little moves like that, they're moving severely quick right now.
Jobin can't connect on the free throw. It's a 1 point lead for the Cougars. Calixta into the front court. Walks into a three, drops it in the bucket. Max Calixta. Jobin tries to beat Hemau, and Hemau is going to be called for the foul. Back to the line goes Axel Jobin. Rebound, Donovan Bilodeau fading baseline, too strong. Max Calixta with the loose ball. Diaz has it. Hemau now operating on the far side. Leaves it short. Boris, second chance, knocked loose. Jobin quickly around Boris. Kicks it to the corner. Feet set. Shot is up. Bottom for Donovan Bilodeau. Hemau again gets some daylight. Diaz had to save that from going to the C.O.D.E bench. Boris over top, swallowed up. Aris ahead. Bilodeau strong to the rack, gets it to go. 5 straight points for Donovan Bilodeau, and that's timeout Royal Crown. 53 seconds left in the third quarter. The entire Cougar bench up and celebrating as they come together for a timeout conversation.
Wow, I think that I've got nothing to say. This is just a really quick and crazy game. I mean, Donovan Bilodeau taking over, right? And the thing is everyone's having their own moments within these games of who's going to be our priority. And when you're in the game like this, if you're a Royal Crown player right now, obviously you can't sit back and critically think about, oh, who's gone to the bench now and who's going to be the biggest main target right now because of this, and this. Like, everything is just such a game of chance of who they're putting their attention to right now. And they're missing it, and they're letting things slip through the crack right now, which is why they've lost the lead here. But Royal Crown, of course, still has that same thing. It's just about these runs, and so I think a timeout here is perfect. I think ending this off on a positive note is super important, but we have seen how out of these timeouts and stuff, there are really quick errors and stuff like that. So I think limiting that and making sure you can come out strong, finish the 53 seconds on the most positive note that you can for Royal Crown, and then come out in fourth quarter as a brand new game.
Post timeout turnovers will drive a coach crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Can't have that happen again.
No.
Meanwhile, C.O.D.E Academy are onto something here. The way that they're just continually running the ball, that's usually the MO of the Lions, but just on that last one there, Ethan Aris just outran Luke Boris, got to the spot, help came, Donovan Bilodeau wide open, comfortable catch and shoot.
Right? It feels like in the last 2 minutes, C.O.D.E Academy has this brand new confidence. That's just like, you know what, let's just play our game, or something like that. Something must have had clicked right there, but obviously Royal Crown hoping to get that same thing happening straight to them. Well,
here we go, the final 53 of the third quarter. Cordell Diaz finds Boris inside. Calixta squares up. 3 bodies there to alter that shot opportunity. Boris inside, lays it with the right, gets the roll.
That was a great bounce right there. And that's the possession they want to have coming out of the timeout.
7-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Axel Jobin, top side. Oh, almost lost it. Kept it alive, now has to give it up. Ethan Harris, 8 on the shot clock, 8 on the shot clock. Harris working on Hemau. With the right, oh man, fading to the right. Gets it to drop. Hemau, almost unaware of how much time was left. Half-court heave, that was close.
That was a great shot right there, but Ethan Harris, he had 2 deep threes, deeper than the one he just had, but it doesn't matter because they still, all the ones that he had missed prior to that were under the same type of pressure like that, but to hit that to end before going into the fourth, that's exactly what you want from your star player.
It's a 6-point game, 2 possessions. 10 minutes left for the Royal Crown Lions to overcome that deficit and remain unbeaten here in the OSBA. Meanwhile, Code Academy Cougars trying to knock the crown off the Lions, if you will. And it's been a tough match from starting tip-off till that last end of the third quarter there. And this last 10 minutes is bound to be must-see TV. So call a friend, pull your roommate out of their room, get comfortable on the couch. It is going to be an exciting finish here at the Royal Crown Academic School, Game 2 of the OSBA Game of the Week.
Some fantastic games of the week.
They really have been.
Yeah.
You know, and we're getting right back into the action after the Christmas break and heading right towards the middle of March championship weekend. Lots of action and stories still to unfold, and we're excited that you're along with us for the ride. JJ Evison, Haley Hopkinson here. We'll be, doing some games towards the end of the season and leading you into that championship weekend from the Toronto Pan Am Center.
It's going to be a fantastic weekend. And if you need any more proof of that, just watch this game, and we're months away.
10 minutes on the clock. Royal Crown basketball, Max Calixta on the sideline. And again, the Cougars going to try and do everything they can to keep the ball out of Hemau's hands. Diaz throws it up, no good. Loose ball, Eris. Jobin on the far side, picked up by Calixta. Over top. 1-2 stepping, doesn't go. Sonogo left it short. Here's Hemau the other way. 1 to beat, dumps it off. Calixta, patient, off glass. Eris trying to shake Diaz, but Diaz has been ahead of him the entire time. Eris gets to the rack and lays it in with a nice little wrist flick. Here's Marasovic, drops it off. Calixta, he can drain it from there. That's off the side of the iron. Loose ball, Jobin saved to Sonogo. Jobin dancing. Here's Eris. Diaz goes for the strip. Eris turns the corner. Has the chair pulled from under him. Malala. Calixta, no good. Malala, second chance, blocked from behind. They're going to call a foul on that. It's going to go against Perez.
Well, the Royal Crown fans getting super hype up right there when Diaz pulled the chair. And that's just another extremely important defensive move that he's had.
Malala to the line. Donovan Bilodeau with a great job getting position for the offensive rebound. Nice head-man pass from Axel Jobin. Finds Jabril Dembele for 2. Calixta back into the heart of the defense. Kicks it out. Diaz dials it up. Malala with the rebound. Doesn't get it to go. Harris comes down with it. Jobin quickly ahead. Bilodeau, one dribble, underneath, kicks it out. Perez dials it up off the back of the iron and into the hands of Marasovic. Now it's Hemau into the front court. Hemau over the top of the screen, gets to the left, can't complete the play. Foul on the play. It's against Bilodeau, and it's going to be a shooting foul, sending Hemau to the line. Hemau only 2 points in the game.
And yeah, that just feels wrong, but like it's right. Because I feel like he's just been whipping around this entire court. He's so speedy, but he's doing a great job of really putting the balls in the right hand.
Hemau drops the first in. Momo Sanogo's at the scorer's table, ready to check back in for the Cougars. Hemau makes it a perfect pair. Bilodeau's going to check out. So the Cougars going for a little bit of a bigger lineup.
Yeah, because I was going to say taking out Dembele right now really doesn't seem like the right move. Everyone's doing such a great job of finding him, and he's doing a fantastic job positioning himself in the right positions to get these easy buckets.
Perez has it on the far side. Here comes Dembele to set the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Perez loses it out of bounds. Axel Jobin. Caleb Jew, Isaiah Headley-Smith coming back in. Marasovic and Diaz to the bench for the Lions. 7:32 to go, 5-point game. Lions behind the Cougars with a perfect record on the line here tonight. Hemau resets with Malala, kicks it out. Calixta, catch and shoot, leaves it short. Sanogo collects the loose ball and then baits Malala into the foul. Here comes Aris. Over the top side screen, Aris keeps it alive. Fading from the baseline, misses everything. Zhu tries to hand it off to Hemau, but it's knocked out of bounds. In comes Kimani Walters, looking for an injection of energy, is Coach Mike DiGiorgio on the defensive side of the ball. Hemau hands it off to Walters, top side. Zhu gonna dial it up. That's just too strong. Sanogo comes down with it. Jobin resets with Aris. Headley-Smith right there. Seven on the shot clock. Jobin calls his own number. Headley-Smith with the long rebound. Quickly to Hemau on the near side. Hemau around the first line. Stutter steps underneath. The dump off to Zhu. And Zhu getting swarmed. Loose ball. Sanogo looking for the touchdown pass. Decides to keep it. And here comes Perez. KJ Perez gets a little bit of daylight. Offensive foul. Dembele moved his feet on the screen. 5-point game. Cougars still ahead. 5:50 to go in the fourth. Here's Isaiah Henley-Smith. Gets a little bit of space. Little shot clock malfunction. We got it all sorted. 24 on the shot clock. Cougar ball on their own baseline. 5:43 rather, remaining in the fourth. Here comes Jobin. He dumps it off to Eris. Now KJ Perez catches in the corner, right back top side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sunogo squares up and leaves it short. Calixta collects the loose ball. And Calixta's gonna go end-to-end, mid-range. Yes, he can.
Yeah, if he steps into any space at all, he's not afraid to pull that shot.
Sunogo hands off. Perez lets it go, no good. Calixta, another defensive rebound. Here comes Kimani Walters. Loses the handle, 50-50 ball. Walters gets it back. Calixta working on the right-hand side. In, gets it to go through heaps of contact. And C.O.D.E call a timeout, stuck 4:41 left in the game.
Well, C.O.D.E hasn't been able to really get a big offensive play so far. I mean, nothing that's really sticking out in my brain totally right now. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of maybe trying to force a three a little bit more, or they're trying to, I don't even know why they wouldn't.
They're
be
settling for perimeter shots.
Yeah, and I did overhear I'm saying, wait until 4 minutes, then we'll kick it up. So
that was specifically directed at Ethan Eris as well.
Yeah.
So
can't wait for 41 seconds from now to see what that means. But they're settling for an awkward three ball, and it's not the same attack for those rebounds either. So definitely need to kick something into high gear here. So this is a good timeout, and we'll see again which team can come out strongest.
This game's going to come down to who can execute better down the stretch here. 4:41 to go. 1 point game. Royal Crown's perfect 10-0 OSBA season on the line. But this is the type of basketball that the Lions thrive in.
Yeah, definitely. A crazy pressure situation, and I mean, big hats off for C.O.D.E Academy anyways, being short-handed and absolutely staying in this game and having their moments of domination. Same with Royal Crown. It's been a very back-and-forth game about who's leading, and it feels very unsettlingly even right now. And I'm so excited to see how this one's going to finish up.
Max Calixta, Kimani Walters, Isaiah Henley-Smith, Caleb Jou, and Jacob McGregor on the court for the Lions. Ludovic Bilodeau, Donovan Bilodeau, Momo Sunogo, KJ Perez, and Axel Jobin on the court for the Cougars. So no Ethan Eris right now for C.O.D.E. Here comes Jobin over the timeline. Behind the back, in through the lane. Kimani Walters got his hands on the body, and that's going to be a foul. Walters is fourth of the game.
How much coaches can stand up? No, you're not. We're shooting. We're shooting. We're shooting. He went up. We're down to him. The first quarter, the same thing.
A similar situation than earlier, whether it's shooting or whether it's just an out of bounds or inbound right there.
I thought he was already gathered and going through the lane.
Yeah.
The officials are saying no, baseline.
I had a brain cramp.
It's okay.
But I got it.
It's okay. I know you're okay.
No. It was a touch on the bump coming down on the dribble drive.
Always do this, you know?
Here we go. 14.
Jobin to trigger, gets it into Sonogo. They'll reset at the top with KJ Perez. Now Jobin gonna attack the paint and fouled again. This time it's gonna go on Jacob McGregor. So they'll do it all again from the baseline as Jobin gets it in. This time to Bilodeau, works it back to the middle of the court, keeps it alive. Kick ball, though it's incidental, still counts as a kick, and that's going to go the Lions' way.
You guys can't hustle the table. Can't hustle the table, bro.
It's 3-2.
1 point game, just over 4 to go.
You're pro.
And back in the game comes Ethan Harris.
When he says something, just don't say much.
Heem out. Dumps it off to Calixta. KJ Perez staying with him, but Calixta gets to his spot, elevates, and drains it.
And he's been having some really clutch shots. Just very simple, very easy. I think everyone's trying to do maybe a little too much at times like this, but he's keeping it simple and it's paying off.
Jobin over the screen, attacks, gets pushed, but it goes uncalled. Headley Smith now settles it up with McGregor, and he finds Heem out. Heem out, attacks. Harris is right there. Headley Smith will switch sides. Calixta keeps, fades to the corner. McGregor comes to bail him out, attacking, looking for Zhu, but it's not there. KJ Perez couldn't handle it. Headley Smith, time and space, dials it up, no good. Sonogo snatches the loose ball off the glass and hands it off to Ethan Harris. Back cut, Bilodeau off glass. Sonogo follows it up, Bilodeau again. And Ludovic Bilodeau gets the 2 points.
3 opportunities on that one too, and the initial shot anyways, the back cut, it was fantastic for C.O.D.E, but Royal Crown defense can't be happy with that.
McGregor goes on the back cut the other way. Calixta has it on the perimeter, works baseline, gets up to the rack, no good. Second chance, that'll go. Max Calixta has taken over this fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ethan Harris turns on the Jets, gets downhill, high off the glass. Ethan Harris. We've had at least 6 lead changes here in the last 4 minutes. Zhu to Heem from distance. That's good. Now about Andy Heem turning it up. 2-point lead. Lions ahead. Just over 2 to go. Sonogo couldn't catch it cleanly. KJ Perez dances, works left, off glass. That's good. And Headley Smith spills on the ground. Heem picked up by Perez. Zhu comes up. Heem works left. Max Calixta from the mid of the lane, and again Max Calixta.
Yeah, absolutely taking over this fourth quarter.
Heem reaches in, and that's got to be, I guess they're not in the bonus. That's the 4th foul right there.
You can't hustle the table. You cannot hustle. You can't hustle the table. You can't hustle the table. They know what they're doing.
Hustle the children, move.
Technical foul assessed to the coach of C.O.D.E Academy. Jacob McGregor slowly to the free throw line here. Couldn't connect. Still a 2-point game, 1:25 to go. So Ethan Aris to trigger the inbound for C.O.D.E, stuck to 1:25 to go. Jobin, top side, works around the screen from Sonogo. Step back three, that's way offline. Sonogo's there. KJ Perez, catch and shoot, just in time. Aris with the dump off. Sonogo flies in and throws it down. Tie game.
That was a perfect way for Sonogo to stick with it because there was one of 3 things that could have been done, but he was ready for the ball and made the big play when it counted.
McGregor over a pair of screens, keeps going through. Hemau right inside. Zhu couldn't get it to go. Second chance will fall for Caleb Zhu. Official's going to let the players play this one out. KJ Perez, far side, working on McGregor, resets it with Jobin in the middle. Jobin tries to get by Headley Smith. Headley Smith tips it, and Hemau knows his team has a lead, goes right through the heart of the defense, and gets 2 to go. Timeout, C.O.D.E Academy. A timely strip from Headley Smith.
Yeah, seriously, that was probably one of the most crucial plays of this game so far. And just Royal Crown was completely ready for that to happen because, you know, they trust in their players and turning it.
It's a 2-possession game in what has been an incredible fourth quarter.
Incredible.
And in an effort to remain undefeated, Royal Crown have had to pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
They've got great minutes from Max Calixta down the stretch. Andy Hemau had a very quiet first half, has stepped it up here in the second half. Caleb Zhu giving second chance opportunities.
Yeah, Caleb Zhu's presence in the paint has been so crucial for Royal Crown. Yeah, no, this has been a total team effort. Everyone's playing their part perfectly well. You have Headley Smith again getting that little tip right there so that it can end up in Caleb Zhu's hands and turn into this now 4-point lead, which is, I'm sure, really scary for C.O.D.E here. And I believe they said C.O.D.E was out of timeouts now.
No, 3 to 4.
3 to 4?
Oh, it's 2-0. I thought you said
Royal Crown have 2 timeouts,
Yeah.
C.O.D.E Academy 0.
0.
no. It's 3 and 4. They have 3. They have 4.
34 seconds on the clock. C.O.D.E Academy with possession in the front court. Ethan Aris. Hemau called for the foul before the inbound, which means free throws upcoming and no time off the clock.
That's a big play right there.
Fans in the stands getting loud as Jobin misses the first. to make it a one-possession game. You can't do it. Calixta with the rebound, finds McGregor, and now the Lions are just going to play keep away. Hemau working on Jobin. Calixta comes up to set the screen. They tell him to dive back down. Hemau dumps it off. McGregor dials it up. Ball in and out. Calixta fighting for the loose ball. It's going to be jump ball, possession arrow favoring Royal Crown. And Mike DeGiorgio wants a timeout. 13.7 on the game clock. The shot clock will be shut off for the remainder of the game. 4-point game. And Max Calixta has given an unbelievable performance down the stretch. No bigger play than potentially that offensive board right there.
No, he's been unbelievable. I mean, he's just scoring easy baskets everywhere on the floor, and then just to go over the top with the boards. It's so important, and I think Royal Crown really won the rebounding tonight.
So C.O.D.E Academy will actually be given possession.
Hey, that's home cooking, I guess. Sorry. Your table. It's his table. I follow instructions.
So 13.7 on the clock. Cougars get the ball. Down 4.
Yeah.
It's going to take a miracle.
It will. But I can't imagine the ball's going in anybody other than Ethan Ayers' hands.
Well, let's take a look-see, shall we?
Well, I mean, KJ Perez has hit some clutch ones, but he has, in the fourth, cooled off just a little bit. Like, it's just, he's getting, because of how greatly he performed with the three-pointers in the beginning of the game, no one's giving him a centimeter of space, so of course, it's going to go down a little bit.
Now, in a two-possession game with this little time, you've got to think catch and shoot from the perimeter, or there's another option where if you can get to the basket and get a quick 2 and then foul, send them to the line, hope they miss 1.
Yeah.
Lots of ways to go about it. We'll see what happens here with both teams taking the court. So the officials will come together to discuss where the ball should be placed in the out of bounds. So it's got to go to the end line. That makes this a lot more difficult.
It absolutely does, especially with some really strong defense.
KJ Perez to trigger. Jobin comes back to accept. Tries to shake McGregor. Gets to the left inside, up and under, and no foul there. Ethan Ayers can't get it to go. Loose ball. Game is over before the foul is called. They're going to call the game. 89-85. Royal Crown remain undefeated, improving to 11-0 in OSBA play.
Yeah, and wow, C.O.D.E gave them an insane run for their money in that one, shorthandedly as well. A fantastic win for Royal Crown, though, but the efforts from both teams has been absolutely insane.
What a game. Can't believe I was here for it. Happy to have been here for it. And we will have an interview with the player of the game coming up in a few short minutes. The player of my game, Max Calixta. We'll talk to him right after this. Don't go anywhere. here with Max Calix, the player of the game. A very close game that came down to the wire to remain undefeated in OSBA play. What does a win in this type of game mean for this Lions team at this point of the season?
I mean, it means effort. Game was close, game was hard. The other thing was playing football with us, but we gotta thug it out. So for me, this type of win means effort. Effort, yeah.
A quieter first half, but that fourth quarter, your performance was next level. Hitting down mid-ranges, extra chance opportunities off offensive rebounds, important defensive rebounds. What made you thrive there in that fourth quarter?
I would say win. I wanted to win, right? Come back from a big break. Tough teams, we got to win. We're going to the States after. I don't dare the school to lose an OSBA game before going to the States, right? We got to win this, so. For me also, I don't care about points, rebounds, defense, give my energy to the team and win.
Seems like every game somebody else can step up for this squad. Isaiah Headley-Smith had a great game offensively today.
Yeah.
What about the depth of this team makes it so lethal?
We play together. Even though we miss, even though sometimes we do dumb things, it happens, we're still together. It doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter how, why, we are always together no matter what.
Every game, win or loss, comes away with some lessons. What do you think this team can take away from tonight?
Defense. We play great defense, but maybe at the third quarter, second quarter, we were slacking off a bit, which is, it happens, but we gotta play defense the whole game. Offense will come after defense, obviously. So I would say defense.
And for other teams around the league that maybe look at this game and think, oh, the Royal Crown Lions are a little bit vulnerable, close game against a C.O.D.E. Cougar squad that was down 5 players. What's your message to those guys?
Yo, we're stronger, bro. Come on now, we're stronger, better. We're better. That's it.
That's it. Okay, well, good luck down in the States. Appreciate the time, Max. Great performance. Guys, what a win for the Royal Crown Lions. 11-0 now on the OSBA season. That wraps us up for our doubleheader. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.